water?
What?
You want a bottle of water? A bottle of water.
You are.
Okay, we are here. We are live and in charge. Ccast Q&A. Ccast chats. Ccast chats.
C chat. Create for
C
chat.
chat.
So okay, C chat.
C chat. Welcome to the C chat with Josh and Pearl,
C.
where we talk about what's happening in the world, especially in the digital creative space. I like the word.
Mm-hmm.
It's no one uses this word, but I feel like people are gonna start using it more, like as things progress. Createch,
Mm-hmm.
the creative space.
Create it.
I haven't lost Pro. Okay, you still yeah. All right. Yeah, this is our third one. So if you've been here from the beginning, shout out to you. Today we're doing it a little bit earlier
Is it not the
because
fourth one?
sorry,
Why do I feel like it's the fourth? Is it the third?
I'll take your word on it. Either the third or the fourth one. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Okay, maybe it's the third. Maybe because I'm losing track of time because of flu. Everybody's catching flu. We don't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
no, it's that time of year. If you're someone
It's
who
messing with my
has the
brain.
flu, shout out to you. If you're someone new who has the flu, shout out to you. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man. Yeah, that is a bit chilly. But yeah, we're here today for the first, not the first, the third or the fourth, we're not too sure, live stream. And I'm waffling. So Pearl, over to you. What are we talking about today? Sorry, if I disappear in the
All
background,
right.
we had to do the show a little bit early because we got invited to the launch party or yeah, launch event for Marble at Saint, which is going to be really dope. Unfortunately, Pearl Comic because she's not feeling too great, but I'm going to represent the creator community. And yeah, so we started this live stream a little early so that I can leave to get there on time. So apologies for starting a little bit live. And if I also disappear on screen and you hear scrub, it's because I'm busy like cleaning my jacket, which is dirty. Just so that I don't show up with a dirty
Yo.
jacket. So yeah. Anyways, what are we talking about today, bro? I feel
Yeah.
like that was too much information.
Okay. Thanks for the info. Okay, so today we're going to be touching on a few things. So, normally, what we do is we will talk about current events, but today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We will be talking about the current events, but that will just be briefly so. So, what we did is we had a poll on our Creature Community WhatsApp group, and we asked them to vote for the topics that we should talk about or the topics that they want us to talk about. So those topics, according to the poll results, they were entrepreneurship and startups and also the future of remote work. But as usual, we will be touching on the current event, which is the election results. Hey,
Hey
yeah, eh?
yo,
The election results.
graphics guys here.
There's
Shout
a whole
out.
lot of mixed reactions. Who?
Yo, graphics guys here. Graphics guy. As Pearl
Oh,
said,
graphic
we
guy.
the topics for today were decided by peeps in the WhatsApp group. So we have a WhatsApp group for the community, which is
Yeah.
with the community. So yeah, if you want to be a part of that community, how do people get a part of that community, Pearl?
In order to be a part of the community, we do have a QR code that we will be. Um, there's a link in our bio where you can get the link or the QR code. Okay, we don't have a QR code yet in the live, but just go to our bio, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever we are as the creator community, you will get a link in our bio where you can join the WhatsApp group. So yeah, if you want to be a part of the WhatsApp group, you can just simply go there. Link in bio, there's a link tree where there's a whole lot of things that you will find there that are related to the creator community, including this live. So there is an option to select join the WhatsApp group, so you can join from there. Anyway, back
Pearl,
to
wait,
what
Pearl.
we are talking about
Sorry, I'm
today.
still here. I'm still
This is
here.
briefly. You're
So
still here.
just
Okay,
for
no worries.
people, when it comes to WhatsApp group, like why should people join the WhatsApp group?
Why should people join the WhatsApp group? So the WhatsApp group is where we post everything that is related to us. Like this live, we post that we're gonna go live. Let's say we post in advance. We from now on we're gonna have a poll whereby people in the community will decide the topics, because this live is not just about me and Josh. It is about the whole community that we are building. So those are the type of things that we put in the community. We also put the podcast, the Ccast. We put some snippets there, and we ask some questions. We make it interactive. And also, if you would like to meet some like-minded people, you can network there, introduce yourself. If you also have maybe own a business and there's a role that you want to be filled, then you can just simply contact anybody in the creator community WhatsApp group, because we have a whole lot of talented people there, creatives, like entrepreneurs. That group is full of skilled people. So if you have a role in your company and you're looking for somebody, you can just simply go to the creator community WhatsApp group. So yeah, the WhatsApp group is basically about communication. We communicate through the WhatsApp group, anything that is related to us. We also, if there's a new tool that has come out, we just let people know to say, hey, this is what is happening right now. There's this new tool that came out and this is what it does. We post the link to the article for the people to read more if they would like to read more. So yeah, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, there's a link in our bio.
Dope.
Anywho,
Thanks for that.
back
Sorry, guys.
to
I was being
our
very rude.
I see your face there.
Hey yo, like guys,
Anyway,
this jacket is so
back
dirty.
to Patung.
It's fine. I will get
You.
it. Like good
When was the
afternoon.
last time you wore that jacket? When was the last time you had that jacket? You wore that jacket.
Yo, last time I wore this
Sorry, I
jacket was
sound weird
probably
because
like
I'm with you.
nah, it's all good. Don't need to apologize. Last time I wore this jacket was probably like 2 years ago.
Yo, yo. Does it still fit though?
Yo, that's a good question. I'm busy cleaning this thing. Does it even fit? I don't even know.
Ah,
This
you
is
don't
why you
even know
gotta
if it
stay
fits. Yo.
tuned in on the live to find out if the jacket fits.
Okay. I think this is what should happen at the end of the live. Put on the jacket and let's see if it fits.
Yeah, so
I'm
by the
putting
end
on
of
a
this
bit.
live, you'll see what
I'm
my
putting on a bit.
event is.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So back to our current event, which is the election results. As you've all seen, or if you haven't seen, honestly, I didn't see it until I went onto Google. I didn't see the the results through social media, because that's where I get my current events. I don't really watch TV anymore, so I just go onto social media. But I didn't really see much of the results, so I had to go to Google And I found out that the ANC lost its majority, so their seats declined to 40% this time. And just looking at those results and looking at the reactions of people on social media, a lot of people were saying, no, those were not genuine results. They have been rigged, because there is, like, they're saying there is no way that the DA would be above the EFF. Some are saying there's no way that the MK would be above the EFF. Some are saying no, the EFF was going to be below because of some of the comments that Julius Malema was making throughout the year up until now, even last year, saying that, vendor people are lazy, those type of comments. So I want to hear from you, Josh. How do you feel? Because you went to vote. I couldn't vote because I was sick. I was dying, guys. So I couldn't stand in line. I was probably going to pass out. So, as someone who voted, how do you feel about those results?
Mm. Yeah,
You,
I think I feel happy about the results because, like, one of the things that I think we could all agree on as South Africans is that we didn't want, like, we wanted to send a message to the ruling party because there's a lot of nonsense that we've been dealing with as South Africans. And I think for me personally, and I think for many other South Africans, was really just to like send a message. And I think we achieved that because dropping from
mm,
57% to like 40%, that's ANC cadres. So yeah, I think for me, I was happy with the results because I feel like we achieved that goal. One thing that I think is definitely becoming more and more obvious as we go along is like misinformation, because I'm on Twitter and
mm-hmm,
I see the wildest tweets. I saw so obviously now because of the election results and the ANC falling below 50, it means that parties now need to go into a coalition, and now there's a whole bunch of negotiations happening and what. So I know that the opposition, the official opposition at the moment is the DA because they got the second amount of votes, and they've put together and all the parties have done this. They've put together they've put together groups of leaders within the parties to go now and negotiate with one another to see who is going to govern what and how are they going to form this coalition. So I think that's interesting. What I did see is people were sharing stuff about how. So one of the people who's a part of the DA's group of negotiators is a guy named Tony Leon, and Tony Leon is the guy who founded the
mm-hmm,
DA like way back when, like in 1999, I think he founded the DA. So he's one of like the leading negotiators for the party, obviously because he like has an intricate role when it comes to the development of that party. So there was someone that was sharing information or this what did they share? They shared this picture like you know those pictures that aunties share in WhatsApp groups. What- like it was one of those pictures. So like when it's someone's birthday or something, and then the aunties will get those like apps on their phones to like start putting in like a collage of different pictures saying happy birthday and that kind of stuff. It was
yeah,
like one of those apps where someone just put screenshots inside the picture spaces. And basically what they were saying was that Tony Leon's father was an apartheid judge who sentenced Solomon Mahlangu and another ANC person to death. So then I was like,
mm,
like this seems weird. Like, how is a guy who came from like that background? How is he the leader? How did he found like a party and people were okay with that? So I went online to see if this was
mm,
true. And then I found out, oh, okay, no, this is fake news. Like this was misreported. So I think it was like maybe 8 years ago, his father passed away. And then one of the news outlets reported that he was the guy that sentenced these ANC freedom fighters or struggle fighters to death. And then they had to retract the article because it was actually incorrect. It wasn't true. So people now are like bringing that article up and sharing it as though it's like the truth. But if you go and do a quick, simple search, you can see that it's actually not true. So that for me was like really highlighted the problem of misinformation and the need for us to
Mm.
really go out and actually like research what it is that we are reading. Because how, like, my thing is, another piece of information that I also saw, and this was before the elections, is there were a lot of people that were questioning the funding of parties like a cigarette company. You want to know that because they're going to push the agenda of that cigarette company. That's basic logic. I feel like that's a good thing. We should know who funds which party. But now a lot of the people that were complaining about that were from a certain party. I won't name names, but they like to fight. So a lot of people were saying that, nah, like don't vote DA because they funded by the Oppenheimers, um, blah blah blah. Don't vote this party because they funded by that party. But then if you go look at like the actual funding numbers, because each party needs to go and disclose who has funded them. If you go look at that party's funding, you will see that their funding is 2 million rand. The second lowest party that is a big party, their funding is like 16 million rand. So the fact that they were operating on a 2 million rand budget with the kind of campaigning that they were doing, renting out stadiums, like like literally covering like cars in the political party's colors, like gazebos, that kind of stuff, posters. One of those posters costs 45 rands apparently. So like when you have millions of those posters, you can see how much that actually costs.
Yo.
Now, 2 million rand just doesn't make
Mm.
sense. So then the question becomes like, well, who's funding that party? And then like when I asked that question on Twitter, people would come at me and be like, nah, I fund the party. I'm a member, so I pay a membership fee every year. And then I ask, okay, well, how much did you donate? And then no one wants to answer the question because it's
Yeah.
like maybe 400 rand, 500, 1,000 rand, 2,000 rand. So like that kind of stuff, like we just need to be aware of the misinformation out there and actually doing research. Because like one thing I realized, like people will see something
Yeah.
online and it will be something that they agree with, and they will just like share it as though it's the truth because it's in alignment with what their opinion is. And it's like, guys, we need to really like, we're living in a world where you can literally, I mean, a lot of the thumbnails that we have for our podcast episodes are AI generated. We can literally create a portrait of someone without shooting with them. We can literally just take a past picture of them and then recreate that picture from nothing. Like,
Mm.
we need to just be aware of what's out there and just like not take everything at face value. That's something that I think has really come up for me personally. I don't know if you're still there, bro.
I'm still
Yo,
here.
shout out to everyone who's joined though. Who we got? Hey, Barefoot Planner and Jared Fencer, welcome to the live. Yeah, what are your
Welcome to
thoughts
the
on that?
live on the election results, or
Yeah, I
when it
guess the
comes to
election
the media.
results or misinformation. Whatever your thoughts are. Hey, how are you guys
Well,
doing?
let me start
You
with
good?
the
We're talking about
let
the
me start with the
elections.
misinformation.
Tell me what your thoughts are
And
about
yeah,
the
they
election.
can
Sorry,
also,
bro. Tell me what your thoughts are
yeah,
about
they
the
can also
election.
tell us about their thoughts. Yes, tell us your thoughts. Um, with regards to the misinformation, I think um one of the reasons why people now like look at stuff that comes out, especially on social media, and go with it is because they have lost hope when it comes to traditional media. which is, watching the news. So
Uh-oh.
they would say, no, man,
Yeah, eh?
we see.
See, this is something that I also want to see change with these election results. Because, guys, one of the biggest
Mm,
barriers, like we're going to talk about this later in the live, where we're going to talk about building businesses. One of the biggest barriers to building business is lack of internet infrastructure. Because anyone can build an
mm,
online business. Like the barrier to building an online business is so low if you have internet. If you don't have internet, you can't even do a live stream where you can share your opinions and market
nope.
what you're doing. So, hey, that's one thing I'm really hoping changes in the upcoming months or the years is like access to internet and kind of technology, access to technology in
Mm,
general. Let me not limit it to internet. I feel like that is a huge game changer for South Africa if we can get that right. What do you guys want to see change in the next 5 years? Okay, Pearl, I hope you're back.
I'm back. Am I here?
You were saying, yeah, you hear.
All right. So I was saying, um, I think when it comes to the misinformation, most people don't rely on traditional media anymore because they feel that traditional media, which is watching the news, is actually the one that's misleading, especially when it comes to stuff like this. Because remember, with Fees Must Fall, they were saying one thing, but another was happening. So they feel that the internet has more answers than traditional media. So even though that is the case in, when it comes to a whole lot of things, I think verifying information before you put it out is important because you don't want to mislead people and you don't want to find yourself facing a lawsuit because you were maybe probably defaming somebody. So I think verification, you have to verify, look for everything, go for sources, try to look for wherever that information came from. Make sure that you have the correct information. And then when it comes to the election results, hey, I was rooting
Mm.
for one party, and unfortunately, that party was low, 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 like at the bottom, at
Which
the
party was
bottom.
this? Can I ask
It
which party
wasn't,
it was?
it wasn't even top five. It wasn't even in the top five.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And I was rooting for that party. I was going to vote for that party, but it wasn't even in the top five. But the fact that the ANC lost its majority shows how fed up South Africans are with
Yeah, no, we
the
serious,
ANC
eh?
because yeah, this time, remember last time we said South Africans were too nice.
Mm.
Yeah, this time we were not nice.
No, it's
There were
good.
those that
Like,
were actually saying they're going to vote for the ANC. And people were just bashing them to say, "Oh, so you're going to vote for the ANC? When load shedding comes back, don't complain."
yeah, no. What one thing I've got to like shout out is every young person who voted. Shout out to you because one of the biggest things
Yeah.
that I don't know if it actually changed because the voter turnout this time was less. So I don't know if that
Mm,
made a difference, but it felt like there were more young people voting. More young people were like serious about the election, which is dope
yeah.
because like this is our future, guys. This is our future that we're playing with here.
Mm,
So yeah, I think like now you can see the impact of voting because now all of the politicians are. It seems as though they really are rethinking how they've been doing things, which is good because we needed that. And a large part of why that's the case is because we've sent a message. Yo, what's up? What's up? But yeah, so yeah, I think when it comes to voting, I think the real change will probably come in 2029. What do you think is going to happen? What do you guys think is going to happen over the next 5 years, eh? Because now we're
Nope.
talking coalitions.
Yo,
Things are very uncertain. Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
yo. I don't even want to imagine what's going to happen. Because, yo, this is a game changer. This year, that's where the game changing starts. Because for the fact that ANC lost its majority, and now there's
Hey, people are going to
coalitions
court
in
now.
the mix.
You see, ministers
People
are
are
in
going to
court.
court.
The only thing is
Like,
like, I
yo,
will not accept that until there's a prosecution. Like going to court, okay, that's nice. But until someone goes to jail, that's when I'll accept. But until then, it doesn't count until someone goes to jail.
yeah, there's this one person that really jail. I don't know why this person hasn't gone to jail yet. Because nah. And the funniest thing is the case isn't even mentioned the way it should be.
Which case is this?
I don't want to. Yo, that's a story for another day. That is a
No,
story for another day.
you can't bring it up and then not tell us. What the hell?
Cupcakes case.
Oh, cupcakes
The
case.
Marikana case. The Marikana case.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing.
Really?
It is a thing, but it's not. I don't know how the case is not ongoing because it should be. Even
Yeah.
the
What
other
happened to
parties
that?
were actually saying that, justice needs to be served for
Yeah,
those men that were killed.
yeah, nothing happened, eh? So is there still a case? Is there still a Maracana cause case?
It really has to be served.
Yo, there is.
Cupcake must go.
It's a civil case though. So it seems like the families have taken it to court. Yo. Alright, we've got a comment here. Langa. Um what worries me about coalitions is that they're basically coming together and bringing their ones to the table and standing on the wrong business. What is the wrong business and what is the right business? That's my question to you. What is the wrong business and what is the right business? Because a lot of people are saying DAANC, they're saying DANC. Yo, I think that's so lame. But like, what do you guys think about that specific coalition? Like, how are we meant to work together if you're not going to make compromises? You have to make compromises. You have to. Because a lot of the time, the solution is actually in the middle. That's one thing that I've learned. Like, you might think this way, I might think this way. How do we bring the best of both of those ways of thinking together and create an option that's in the middle? But a lot of people, they don't want to compromise, eh? A lot of people don't want to compromise. And I think there are certain things that you can't compromise on, right? Like the EFF is saying there's like a list of things that they won't compromise on. And one of them is land expropriation without compensation. The other is like, I think it's, let me bring that list up. Let me see if I can find it before I spread misinformation. But yeah, I want to find out from you
Ah,
guys what is the what is the right and the wrong business that parties need to focus on. I mean, the one thing that we mentioned now was data, internet access. No one's talking about that, by the way. No one's talking about that, which is interesting
nope.
to me because we always talking about like, nah, we need to create jobs. We need to create jobs, guys. In order to create jobs, we need to create businesses. In order to create businesses, we need internet access and electricity. So electricity is also a big one, I think, for all of
Exactly.
us. Guys, data is vital. Is it data or data? How do we say it in South Africa? Data or data?
It's data.
Pearl says data.
Yeah, it's tough.
Exactly. They must put together the best of what they have and use it for the betterment of the people. Okay, what do you think is the best of what they have though? Because we need to ask ourselves these questions. Like what are we willing to fight for and put pressure on? And what is like, doesn't matter too much. I think electricity is definitely like a huge one because that affects all of us, and water. And then also I
Electricity
think healthcare.
and water. Mm.
I think that's why people aren't talking about data because they focused on the electricity and water first, which I guess is understandable. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have the
Yeah.
solutions. Politicians are the ones who claim to have the solutions, so they must provide.
Yeah. And they should.
Yeah. Anyways, what else are we talking about? We already like really halfway through, and we just been talking about elections.
Yeah. Yeah,
Stay tuned to the end of the
elections got
live.
us
You
some
get to see my
choking.
fits that I've been cleaning in the background.
Oh wow. All right. So as we're talking about jobs, you mentioned jobs. Entrepreneurship has become something that people are now considering because unemployment is so high. So people are now thinking of ways on how they can make ends meet. So the first thing that comes is building a business, right? So there are steps that you need to take if you want to start a business. And I think some people, they are so focused on building that business and not thinking of the first step. So I'm not a business person, I'm not an entrepreneur, but Josh, I'd like to hear from you. When you started JD Creations, what were the first steps that you took to build this company, this agency, this creative agency? And if there's someone who is an entrepreneur in this live, who's joined this live right now, which steps did you take to build your business? That's
Yeah.
my question.
Taff is back. Welcome back, Taff. I'm cleaning the fit in the
Welcome back.
background because we were invited to the launch of the marble, um, and Saint is doing a relaunch. So we've been invited to that, and I need a fit, but my jacket is dirty. So I'm trying to get it clean. So stay until the end of the live if you want to see the fit, because by the time this live is finished at 6:30, I should have my fit ready. So yeah, if I go off screen and whatnot, it's because I'm busy organizing that. But to answer your question, Pearl, like if you want to hear this full story, I definitely recommend checking out the podcast. Like Pearl and I did an episode
Episode
where Pearl
20.
actually interviewed me, which was a really interesting experience. But in that, I kind of like outlined the whole story of how it began. But I'll give you guys the spark notes if you want to listen to the full story. Check out that episode. But
Episode
essentially,
20.
the business actually started, I would say, in varsity. Like, it started as a side hustle, funny enough, because while I was studying, I would go, like, I had a camera, and I was really interested in photography from like school. So my friend one of my best friends in school had a DSLR camera, and then after school I would go to his house. I would go to his house almost every day after school, and we would just do weird things. Like we would shoot eggs. He had like a pellet gun, so we would shoot eggs with it, and then try to like capture the moments when the egg exploded, on camera. So we just do stuff like that. And I think from that, I really like got obsessed with photography through using his camera. I didn't even have my own camera at the time, but um, because he had a camera and he was going on photography courses, he taught me like the stuff that he was learning. So instead of me going through my own course and like spending money on a course and all that, I managed to learn it, but through him for free and having fun, like shooting eggs as a little kid. Um, and then that's how I learned how to use the basics of a camera. And then when I got to varsity, I sold some stuff and I bought my own camera. And then I just really love taking pictures. So I just started doing that. So there was this like church group. I never went to the church, to that specific church. Um, but a bunch of people within that church would organize these Insta meets. So there was basically like a bunch of people that followed each other on Instagram. They would go to a place, to a certain place at a certain day, at a certain time, and they would go there and just take pictures of each other. And then my friends and I started doing our own ones, and we would just go to places and just take photos for fun. And then through that, one of the places that we went to was a thrift store in Braam. And then I met these guys that owned the thrift store, and then we started like negotiating a deal with them. Or not even, it was just like we just had an idea. We're like, why don't we take clothes from the thrift store, wear them, and then like take some pictures and videos of it to promote the thrift store and the people that are modeling the clothes. So then we did that, and then we could see like they started, their Instagram page started growing. So they started getting more customers. And then I was like, flip, this could like be a thing. While I was doing that, I was also doing like matric dance photo shoots, graduation photo shoots, just from people that I knew I took photos and that saw my work, that liked it. They would like ask me to come and just take photos for them. And then I eventually started charging them for it and they would pay for it. So I started making a little bit of money doing that as well. Grow this business through the photos that we took. I feel like there's an opportunity here. So then I just started like trying to find more photo shoots. And I used to work for, I used to do part-time work for this lady who did like a photo booth for events. So it wasn't like an actual like photography gig, but they had this like machine, like you know when you go to events, they have like a little iPad machine thing there, and you like click the button and it takes a photo of everyone and then it prints it. She had a machine like that, and then we
Mm-hmm.
would like go there to different events and like basically set up the machine and man it and help people take photos on it. um, so the one gig that I did there, I did it with there was another guy there who was also, we had to work together because we are using the big machine, so you couldn't just carry it by yourself. It was a two-man job. So um so yeah, him and I, we would just take photos of each other, and then he would like oh damn, me too, dude. I also take photos. Let me see your work. So I followed it on Instagram, and this guy was like killing it. This guy was like, he was so good at his craft. Shout out to Enoch if you ever see this. Um, EMP Cyclone, legend. So yeah, I saw his work, and I was like, damn, this guy's good. So then him and I became friends, and then he was shooting at SA Fashion Week, and he was like, bro, you should come with. And I was like, I don't have accreditation or anything. He was like, dude, just come. So I came. He had accreditation to shoot at SA Fashion Week. When you have accreditation, you get like a necklace with a little picture on it, and you get a bangle. So he was like, dude, take my bangle, I'll keep the necklace, and then try and get inside the fashion show with the bangle. And I was like, yo, I don't know, little Christian boy breaking the law. I was like, I don't know. But I was like, you know what? Let me try it. So then I was like, I went up to the bouncer, and the bouncer looked at me and he was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nah, I've got accreditation. See, I got my bangle. I just left my necklace at home. And then he was like, And then I was just like switched on the charm, managed to get my way in, and then I found myself shooting in the on the runway at SA Fashion Week, and then because I was there, I met a bunch of people, and this is where networking comes into the picture. One of the people that I met was a
Mm.
guy who shout out to Leon. He was managing the PR for Mini Cooper at the time. And because he was running that campaign, Mini Cooper was sponsoring Fashion Week. So I met him. He saw me with a camera, took some pictures of him, um, exchanged details. He saw my work. And then the next Fashion Week, he messaged me and he was like, bro, do you want to? I want to bring you on this Mini Cooper campaign. We're looking for influencers, and I want you to be one of the influencers. You get to drive a car for like 2 weeks, and you like everything is expenses paid for. And then we also got paid for it, if I remember correctly. I think we got paid for it. If we did, it was a small amount. But I was like, bro, of course,
Okay.
I'm in. So then I found myself creating content for Mini Cooper. And I think at that point, I was like, nah, this is real. Like, I can do this. So yeah, like literally pushed. And it's funny, like, I think what really made so people would see it. And then the randomest people would get in touch. Like I got in touch with this one lady who also owned like a marketing agency that was working with Mug and Bean. And they brought on Proverb to come and do influencer campaign. So then we land up shooting with Proverb. And this is like early on in the career, we shooting with like one of South Africa's biggest celebrities. We worked with one of South Africa's biggest brands, international brand, Mini Cooper. Like that shit can happen, guys. But you need to put your work out there. You need to put your work out there, and you need to go put yourself out there. You need to go to events, and you need to meet people, and you need to give. You need to give something for free, if that makes sense. So, like with Leon, I took photos of him, and because he liked the photos, that's what made him want to get in touch. Because we took photos of him, we gave him something for free. We showed him our value for free. So you also got to do a few things for free to kind of get that attention. Um, I see you got a comment. I'm actually in a similar position as to you when you started out. I'm currently doing BTS content and film. Yeah, like that's how it started. Really, that's how everything started. So I think if you put out content consistently, engage with the people that like and comment on your content, because when you engage with them, you start to build a community. I also posted a lot of stories, and I'd do a lot of lives and that kind of stuff where I would like this, where we would talk with each other and we'd get to know one another and, just create a sense of community. Like by doing that, you get more eyes on what you're doing and it spreads to more people. And you never know, hey, you never know who's seeing your work. That's why I was saying on that podcast that we did, bro. Like you need to always make sure that you're putting out
Mm.
quality work. Like always double, triple check. Make sure that the stuff that you're putting out is good. Like the best that you can do. Because if you do that on everything, you start to build a reputation for being someone who creates good work, and you never know who's watching your work. You never know who's watching from the sidelines, because there'll always be people that they probably won't like your stuff, so you won't see them pop up. They probably won't follow you, but they're watching, and all it takes is for something to click in their mind to reach out, and then boom, you might be shooting for Mug and Bean or for Proverb or Mini Cooper or whatever. So yeah, that's how it happened in a nutshell. It started off with like taking pictures with my friend, and then all of a sudden we were shooting with these brands. So yeah, I just got to keep on working super hard at it. Yo, bro, I remember while I was studying, like that Instagram page was like my job. I had a schedule. I had a schedule. Like I posted 3 times a week, every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday.
Wow.
Time, like the content was proper, the feed was planned out properly. Like I used to do this thing where every third post would be a video and it would have a black thumbnail. So it would be picture, picture, video. So everything would be nice and lined up. It would look super clean and it would look different to other people's profiles. And whenever I gave someone my Instagram and they would see it, that would be the first thing they'd see and be like, yo, I love your profile. I'd be like, yes, this is how we do it this side. And then that just those little things that differentiate yourself can make such a huge difference. um so yeah, I think like
Hmm.
there's actually guys they joined. Let me just, I don't want to get the name wrong. I think they joined the live stream now. um Ikacheng. What is Ikacheng's company? Let me just see. You know exactly what I'm talking about. um Ikacheng. Ah, damn. Okay. I think his Instagram handle is different.
Uh,
Yeah. Is this him? Yes. Go check out Function Creative. So, like, what they do that's different is like whenever they go shoot, they make sure they're always wearing all black. Like, that's their thing.
oh.
Like, every time you see these guys shooting, they'll be wearing all black. It seems like a random dumb thing, but it gives you something that people remember you for. If you can have
Mm,
something like that, people will remember you. And then when they're looking for a photographer, when they're looking for anything it is that you do, like photography is just an example, but it can apply for anything. When they're looking for someone that does that, they're going to think of you because there's that little thing that kind of made you memorable. So, yeah,
mm. Wow.
that was the story. Sorry. I said I was going to give the spark notes, then I went and gave the whole story.
You even mentioned more than what you mentioned in the podcast.
That's
There's
why we
some
do the
details there
lives. That's why we do the
that I
lives.
don't
The
know
lives is
because,
the after party.
but I think, but either way, if you want to hear the full story, you can just go to episode 20 of the Cast because that's not the whole story. There's more. Although there are some details that I didn't get. I wanted the whole juice, but you didn't give me the juice. I had the cookies, the Oreos there. You want to give me
Yo,
half
Pearl
a
was
joke.
waiting for Santa. You're waiting for Santa to pull up with some cookies and milk. He needs
I had
milk.
I had the Oreos there by the side. They were there. They were,
Yeah.
but no, you
The thing
didn't
is,
serve
like,
the tea, the whole tea.
there's so much to the story, though. Like, I really hope that one day we can do like a documentary or like a movie.
Yeah.
Ah, that'd be so cool. Like, that'd be so cool. And I feel like it's possible, hey. I feel like in 10, 20 years, it'll be possible for all of us to create some form of like a documentary or movie about our lives. I think
Mm.
it'd be possible. But you gotta like record all that stuff now. Like that's why I always back up
Yeah.
all of the videos and stuff that's on my phone because those moments, like those things are gonna be important one day. But yeah, I think with
For
AI and
sure.
all of that, like I think it's gonna become easier to create that kind of content. And I think a lot of people will be able to do like a movie of their life. Yeah,
Mm.
I need to run
No.
this now. Yo, Mange, Casey, welcome, welcome. Yo, Sibosile, thank you so much for your comments, bro. I hope that that helps. Um, yeah, I hope that what I mentioned helps. If you have any other questions or anything like that, like I'm happy to. answer or to share my experience. But yeah, it starts with like what most people would deem like unimportant or stupid. Like
Mm.
if you were in the moment and you saw it, you would have like from an outside perspective, a lot of people would have been like too cool for that, or like they would have looked at it and be like, what are these guys doing? Like, why? But then in hindsight, you look at how it's a stepping stone, and then you see, okay, that's what makes it cool when you look back at it. So yeah, like those lame things. I love the
Mm.
docu idea. Are you recording content now in anticipation? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Actually, I bought a film camera and I took some photos. I've been taking photos. I bought some more film. So yeah, if you see me anytime soon,
Wow. That moment, I don't know.
real.
That moment,
I
I
let
have
me
no
check this
idea
jacket
that you have
because
a film camera. That
yo
moment,
guys, this thing is
I have
30 as
no
hell.
idea. I thought we were supposed to be partners in JD Creations. I have no idea that you have a film camera.
No, no, I had it.
Yo.
I had it because I went on a trip last 2 years ago, and I bought it before that. I actually had another camera
Mm-hmm.
that a film camera that I bought, and I was like, yo, it was such a dope camera. Like it was such a cool camera. But basically, um, so I bought it, and then I went to an event that my friend was playing at, because he's a part of a band.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, I'm coming to the event. I'm going to take pictures at the event with this camera for the first time. It's going to be so dope. The pictures are going to be sick. So I went there and then I took the pictures. And then I went to that thrift store I was telling you about where we took photos. I went to that thrift store because I hadn't
Mm-hmm.
seen them in like a year. So I went to the thrift store to go say hello. And remember, the thrift store's in Bram, right? So when I was in the thrift store, I ran into the guy who introduced me to the guys who own the thrift store just by chance. And then him and I, like, we all were catching up. We were talking for like 45 minutes. And then I went outside and my car was gone. And I was like, where's my car?
Oh.
And then you know how there's always like,
So that's
um, you know how there was like, um, there's always like a car guard. Um, So I go to the car guard and I'm like, bro, where's my car? And he's like, I don't know. What car? And then I was like, damn. So then I called my mom and she got in touch because she has the tracker account. She called them and they're like, nah, the car's on the highway. And the crazy part about that story is like, I was more upset about the camera that was in the car in the car itself because they took the damn camera and I never got to see those photos. So like, yeah, that was a tragic story. But yeah, yo, shout out Mange. Bro, we're gonna have to do it next time because I need to head on out soon. I need to go to a launch. Who won the election? There wasn't like an outright winner. There was like, um, it was a split. Bruh, you can Google this. You're South African. Why don't you know this? uh, need to get this jacket right before I go. But yeah, what's happening, you guys? What's happening in your lives? Pearl's meant to tell me what we're talking about today, so I have no idea what else we're supposed to be talking about. So yeah, how you guys doing? Yo, nah, this jacket, man. I'm running out of
is it
time
that
now as
bad?
well. Sorry,
Is it that bad?
is what that bad? The jacket.
The jacket, yeah.
I think I'm almost done here. Like, I just need to get this last spot out,
Almost done.
and then once I've got this sorted, then I just need to iron it, and then I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Yo. Yeah, I don't want to be you right now. I wouldn't want to be
Literally,
in your position.
yo, nah, this week, Pearl, this week has been,
Yo.
it's been a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it has
What else
been,
are we
eh?
talking about though? We got 5 minutes to touch on something else
Got
until
5 minutes
we're all gonna
to
see the
go.
fit. I'm really trying to understand why you're cleaning a
So,
jacket with a mouthwash. This is all I got, guys. That's another thing, actually.
good
I'm
question.
glad you mentioned that. That's another thing. You got to start with what you have.
Good
Like,
question.
people are like, nah, I need 10 million Rand funding to start my business. It's like, guys, no one is going to give you 10 million Rand if you haven't done anything yet. Like, you need to do something with what you have to prove that you have what it takes to do something with the 10 million. Because the 10 million is, it's only an accelerator. The 10 million is the thing that takes what you have and your idea and multiplies it. But if you don't have
Now you're preaching. Yep.
everyone has an idea. Like, so the thing that's going to differentiate you from you, your mom's cousins, uncles, brothers, friends, whoever, is not the idea, it's the fact that you've done something about the idea. Until you've started, nothing's going to happen for you. And
Wow.
unfortunately, we can't decide what we have all the time.
Well,
Like, we can't decide what resources we have. That's kind of like a given. It's luck of the draw. You don't decide what family you're born into. Like, it is what it is. So you have to start
yeah.
with what you have. Like,
Start
in the
with what
case
you
of
have.
that example,
Jeez.
it was literally my friend's camera. I didn't even have my own camera. I would literally just go to photography course. And like back then, we had YouTube, but it wasn't as like, it wasn't that like today. Nowadays, you can learn anything on YouTube, bruh, for free. You can learn anything for free on YouTube. You just need to have the curiosity to Google it and find out what to look for. And you can find it there for free. So there's so much like resources that we have that weren't available like 10 years ago. So yeah. Thanks, Taff. I feel like this, what is this last minute outfit? Guys, it's actually going to be a sick outfit. I'm just waiting for it to dry. Once it's dry, I'm going to iron the jacket and then I'm good. So yeah, we're almost there. I need to leave. Like, I need to leave now. Where's Pearl? Pearl dropped off again. Before I leave, I need to shave as well. Yo, guys. Guys. Yeah. Okay. Is anyone watching on YouTube? Hey, yo, what's up, James? Good mate. Startups are scary. Startups are scary, man. Like, it is tough out there in that world. It really is. But it's also exciting. Like, the opposite of scariness is excitedness. Like, those two things are opposites. So, in every situation, there's always the flip side of the coin. Like, if you're going to have summer, at some point, there will always be winter. If you're going to have good, there will always be bad. You know, there's always, life is always operating in two opposite sides of the coin. So, when it comes to something scary, the opposite side of that coin is growth, learning, exciting. That's the way I view it. So yeah, but startups are hard, but it's worth it because if you're able to make it work, if you're able to get it right, there's rewards for that. So if you're able to get it right, which is okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But if there's something within you that you're like, flip, I need to like, I need to use my lottery ticket, then I would say try it and give it your all. Like, give it your all. Because if you don't give it your all,
Wow.
then so you have to give it your all. All right, Pearl, entertain the people. I need to go shave.
I should entertain the people. Wow. All right. So while Josh is shaving, why didn't you do this earlier? All right. So yeah, startups are quite scary because in most cases you don't know where to start and you're thinking of the resources, funding, and it's really hard to get funding for startups. Um, Not everyone is willing to invest in a startup because they feel that what if things don't go well with that startup and then it ends up shutting down. So yeah, that's why I once had this idea of starting my own business, but it was quite scary for me, and I decided I'm going to stick to what I know, which is being in the entertainment industry, which led me to being in radio and becoming a content producer. But hopefully one day, this idea that I have in mind of starting my own business will become a reality because I really have this one idea. And as much as I feel that it's scary to start a business, I really want to do this.
Yo,
It's
you
yeah,
haven't
it's
told me
something that
about
really
this
close to
idea.
my heart that I really want to do. As much as you didn't tell me about the sneaking in using the
Wait, is the idea your book?
this, no, not the book. Starting a business. I think I did once mention this to you.
Wait, starting a?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Starting a
A
what?
business.
No, you have not
A
mentioned it.
business. I, I did. I remember telling you about my restaurant.
Yeah, sorry about the connection, James.
You forgot. You forgot.
That it clears up. So you want to start a restaurant?
Yes.
What? You've never told me that.
That is close to my heart.
Yo, maybe we can enter a partnership there because I also want to start a restaurant. You know, at one point I wanted to be a chef. Imagine that. I think Pearl dropped off again. Yo, what's up? Yep. Yeah. Yo, actually, Daddy Frickle, are you with us? I hope you didn't drop off. Are you with us? I hope. So that was sorry. Zaddy Frickle is my stepbrother. He works for a startup as well. So I wanted to get his advice, but he swung off. Okay, guys, the outfit is almost ready. before I leave. Um, I'm just waiting for the last part to dry. Like it keeps drying, and then the dirty part that I cleaned just moved to a different spot. So I'm hoping this time it works. If it doesn't work, it's yeah, it needs to work. But your boy shaved, like no more neck beard, so we're almost there. We're almost there. But yeah, what's happening in your world? Talk to me. Talk to me. Yo, guys, please, if you are able to, please consider joining the WhatsApp group. So the reason why I say that is the topics that we spoke on today. We every week before we do the live stream, we send a message in the group trying to see what people want to talk about so that we can just prepare for those topics on the live stream. So if you want to give us ideas, and if you also want to meet other people in the community, like we are at 50 people on the WhatsApp group. So if you're keen on that, the link in our bio, there's a link there to join the WhatsApp group. If you're on IG, if you're on YouTube, if you go to the About segment on the YouTube page, um, you'll be able to see that there's a link there as well. If you click on that, it will also take you to the WhatsApp group. So, yeah, it's just a good way to keep in touch and also meet other people in the community. Later in the year, we're aiming to do some actual events in person so we can like actually see each other in the flesh. But yeah, yo, you're editing your show reel. Aight. So once that show reel is
I'll be
done,
the MC.
hey, Pro's gonna MC at the event. Once the show reel is done, please share it in the WhatsApp group. Like, share it. We want to see it. Cool. I'm glad you're back, bro. Now I can.
Yeah. Cause yeah, that WhatsApp group is not a. It's not just about what's happening within JD Creations. We also want to see what you guys have in store. It's not just about me and Josh or, like I say, just JD Creations. If you have something that you would like to show us, then go ahead. Don't hesitate. Just say, "Hi guys, this is what I'm doing," and you'll never know who's watching. You never know who might like your work and want to work with you. Hence, we made that group chat. It's not just about updates from us. We also want to hear from you. What do you have? We can exchange ideas on, collaboration. Because I'm big on collaboration. I'm not gonna lie. I believe that we can do more when it's a whole lot of people, unlike an individual doing everything alone. You can do more when you have other people working with you. So I'm really big on collaboration. Josh, are you still warming up the? You still ironing your jacket?
Yes, I'm
You're still
ironing
ironing the
jackets.
jacket.
I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm having that job.
Alrighty. But anyway,
So,
like he said, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, we have a link in our bio on Instagram, YouTube, about, and yeah, from there you can just click join the WhatsApp group, and then we will accept your request to join. Yeah, I don't know how many people have flu now, because I think no. It's not change of season. Nah, something is going on. Something is happening. I have a feeling that we might have COVID 200 and something. Because no.
yeah, no, there is
We can't have so
definitely.
many people having flu.
This might sound like a conspiracy theory,
Exactly.
but like, I feel like COVID has affected how normal flu affects us.
Exactly.
How are you telling me that? Oh, like 2 weeks after I
Like when I
healed
go on
from the
social media, the only
now I'm still coughing. How is that possible? Make it make sense. Yeah, guys, this is a lot, eh? I'm not gonna lie, the optimal situation would have been to just take this thing to the dry cleaners. So it just wouldn't have happened, man. Anyways, we're almost there. The big reveal. I think Pearl dropped off again. Are you guys still here? You're just watching a wall. Okay. What's happening here? I'm actually working on my show reel. Yeah. Would you say that you've put your all into JD Creations? Um, I think, like, I would say yes, I have. But JD Creations, like the name JD Creations, or what the idea of JD Creations changes. The idea changes as you progress and change as well. So, like, yo, JD Creations used to be Josh Dillon Visuals at first. Like, that was my version of it at first. And then Josh Dillon Visuals, like, when I was talking about, like, you know, when I was talking about doing the uh, matric dance shoots, doing graduation shoots, that kind of stuff, that was Josh Dillon Visuals. That wasn't even JD Creations. And then as things grew, like, because Josh Dillon Visuals was focused on like matric dances and like those smaller shoots, as things grew, we wanted to start doing bigger shoots and we want to start doing shoots for companies. So it went from being Josh Dillon Visuals to JD Creation. Then, like, personal shoots. So I would say both of those were, I mean, it was Josh Dillon Visuals and then JD Creations, but the vision evolves as you evolve. So I would say yes. I have put my all into it. It's the vision of what it is has changed over time. Um, wow, that's actually hilarious, Taf. Taf is saying that she joins the lives, but she has no idea what we do. That's crazy. Okay, wait. Let me ask you a question then. If you have no idea what we do, but you're on the live, why are you here? Like, what brings you here? And I'm not asking in like a, I'm not asking in a rude way or anything like that. I'm just like genuinely curious. Like, what what brings you to this live? Considering that you have no idea what we do. And then while you answer that question, the goal of JD Creations is to connect Africa to the digital economy and the world to Africa. And the way that we do that is through our core capabilities, which is website development, social media content production, um, uh, pay-per-click advertising, and social media management. So that's what we do at JD Creations. And then,
which episode of this live did I miss?
yo, Taf has been joining the lives for like a while now. I think this is her third one. And she literally just sent a message saying, I keep joining the lives, but I actually have no idea what you guys do. And I was just like,
no, shout out to Tef. Shout out to Tef Even though she doesn't know what we do, the fact that she's been joining, that means a lot.
Yeah, for sure. We're onto something. I'm just not too sure what that something is, but I'm hoping she'll tell us now.
For sure. And anybody, can somebody please give me some advice on how I can get stable Wi-Fi, because rain is really sabotaging me. It's being Judas Iscariot. Heck. So if anybody knows some stable Wi-Fi network provider, please reach out to me. I also need a shoulder to cry on, because this is, no man, this is emotional abuse. They say we are reliable. We do the data. Rain. Like, this is emotional abuse. I don't know how many times I've called them telling them that no, I've been like your Wi-Fi for some reason at this specific time it does this. And they say no, move your router. Maybe it's not facing where the 5G tower is. And I did that. Guess what? Still the same thing. We're not. Still
When
doing the
it
same
rains,
thing.
it pours.
I don't know how many times I've been, when but it's not raining, eh?
It is raining.
Even on a sunny day, it clears.
It is
It
raining.
is
Even if
raining.
it's
Wait.
not raining, it's raining there by you, bro. It's just raining in a different way.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours just like DSTV.
That sounded personal.
No, seriously, DSTV. Once the weather starts to change, immediately signal gone. Like maybe weather conditions or connection. You know, like why is it every, every single time? Now it's rain with their 5G. Like I thought when I got this when I got their router, I thought everything's gonna be fine. I'll have stable Wi-Fi, but every time at around a couple of minutes before 6, a couple of minutes before 7, and after 7 to 8, close to 9, I have network issues. In the morning, it's at around 10, and then in the afternoon, it's 2 o'clock towards 3 o'clock, and then it starts again at 4. Imagine the emotional abuse that I go through,
Yeah, nah.
and I can't really find stable Wi-Fi. I've been trying to look for options.
Hey, if anyone knows any options that we can do these live streams uninterrupted, please
Exactly.
put us on.
Because now this is network shedding on my side. This is network shedding. I can't. No, man. And I've been trying to look for
I think we
options. I
lost
can't
her
really
again.
find good ones. But if anybody knows, ah,
Yo,
but
guys,
I'm still here though.
this thing is not coming out, eh? It's not coming out. Ah, ah.
I hope I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. You see, this is why I'm saying this is emotional abuse. No customer service. Whenever you hit on the router that they should call you, they don't call you. They do not.
Oh my gosh.
They say,
Yo.
we'll
Oh
call
my
you,
gosh.
but then imagine that is not okay.
I'm supposed to be there now.
9 minutes. 9 minutes left.
Yo.
They say guys do things faster, but in your case, what's happening?
It's this jacket, bro.
They say
It's still dirty, but
they say guys are
I'm gonna just wear it anyways.
yo.
Because I've tried. I've tried my absolute best.
Eh.
And now we're just out of
Yeah,
time.
no. This is a day to remember. Eh? I'm going to mark this on the calendar. 5th of June, 2024. Actually, this is going on my book. 5th, 5 June 2024. Josh was
What's going in your book?
busy with his jacket that he hasn't worn for 2 years.
Probably has been.
He's not even sure if it fits. He's not even sure if it fits.
Small. It's actually kind of
Yo.
small.
So it's a tricot, eh? It's a tricot.
I've gotten fatter, guys.
Ah.
Trust me, this is gonna be worth the wait though. Even though
Fatter.
it's dirty.
Wow. Yeah. Eh? I think
Even though it's dirty,
next
the
week
vision is
next
there.
week we need to next week we need to revisit today's topics because yeah, I need to break them down further because I think
That's it.
I feel that yeah.
Yeah. Now I was saying that we'll revisit those topics
Don't do that to
if
me.
there's no new topics. Because there might be new topics.
Okay.
Yo, guys, I need to leave 10 minutes ago.
All right.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know.
Shit, man. There's gonna be no more food left.
You.
Okay, no, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Aich. 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 Yes.
Now my screen decides to freeze. Imagine.
Yo, Shem.
This
Tough life.
You see why this I
Yo,
say
Major
this is why I
Steve's
say this
joined.
is emotional abuse.
Y'all literally been chilling here looking at a wall. Hey, that's stain should rock with me. This stain, I'm rocking the stain, guys. I don't care. It's fine. Okay, bro, I need to go. Thank you so much.
All right.
This was a good session.
Okay.
But yeah, I really need to run. Guys, thank you so much. This is the fit. Finally,
Thank
we
you.
get to see it. I'll take pictures and I'll post them.
Please do.
Pearl, I hope you feel better soon, all right?
All right, I will. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Bye.